Last of Us 2, Modern Warfare, Destiny, Death Stranding, gaming addiction, gaming consoles being affected by tariffs, all that more in today's guys episode of Daily Dose of Gaming News. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. It's the Keymaster 84. Thank you so much for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. We are episode 101, bringing you guys news every single day, condensing the news down into a little teeny tiny tidbit of your day. That way you guys can stay informed. Now, make sure before you go dive into the news, you guys hit that like, hit that subscribe button before you guys forget, hit that bell icon. That way you guys don't miss on any of the great videos we have coming at you every single day. Now, with that being said, we have a lot to cover. Let's dive into the news. The Last of Us 2, the window has been tightened a little bit more. I know it's kind of funny. I swear this game's window has changed like 8 times in the last 2 months. We are looking at a probably like late October, mid-November release date, probably right before Thanksgiving, so that they can take advantage of the sales. It looks like it's going to be a crossover title, PS4, and then there'll be a better, a more enhanced copy when the PS5 comes out, better frame rates, things of that nature. It's just really interesting. I'm interested to see what happens with the release date. I'm sure we'll find out more here coming soon. Death Stranding is going to have something May 29th. Don't know what time. Create the Rope, though, is the campaign. Kojima Productions tweeted that out yesterday, the May 27th. They're going to be doing something May 29th. And, it's really interesting to see what they're doing, what Sony's doing, since they will not be at E3 this year. So it's kind of interesting to see how they're going to handle getting the announcements out there for everybody. So let's wait and see what this is all about. Only a couple days away, though, guys. So make sure, guys, if you guys are interested in Death Stranding, I would assume check out Twitch, and there'll be something there. Call of Duty Modern Warfare reveal date. For you guys who have not heard, Call of Duty Modern Warfare is the 2019 Call of Duty game. Yes. Is it confusing? Yes. Considering there's already been a remaster for it. No, there really hasn't been, but based off of names, it's funny. Anyways, moral story, guys, is if some kind of reveal is going to happen May 30th. We don't know what kind of reveal, if it's going to be something substantial, or if it's just going to be the trailer, or what exactly it's going to be. But they will also be at E3, at the E3 Coliseum panel, and we expect to hear more details then. Bungie is preparing for the new era of Destiny. Right now, Destiny is currently working on the Season of Opulence, but people are expecting to hear more about what's coming after that has been completed, which will be the section of time which Bungie had to work on things for Activision. Once Season of Opulence is done, there's no more answering to Activision. Bungie can do whatever they want when it comes to Destiny 2 until Destiny 3 arrives. It's definitely interesting to see. There are rumors out there, and I'm not holding this. I'm saying this because they're out there. I want you guys to know there are rumors that there could potentially be something at E3. Not 100% sure what they would be doing, but we gotta listen and find out. According to Deej, there will be more information on what's coming in the new era after the Season of Opulence is over. Ubisoft had a minor snafu for something that they were probably going to tease this year at E3. Earlier today, or earlier yesterday, there was something that popped up on their website that was called Ubisoft Pass. Ubisoft Pass. Obviously, it was just on there. It was taken off pretty quick. And so it's really interesting to see. I would imagine it's going to be something more like how like a EA Pass works, where they have stuff in the vault. And you can play stuff in the vault, maybe new games. I don't know, it's really hard to say exactly, but as the fight for people's time and people's money comes along, we'll probably start to see more and more of this. We'll have to wait and find out. But yeah, there's the picture, the placeholder that they found online before it was taken down. There was Ubisoft Pass Premium, which would indicate that there's probably going to be multiple tiers. You probably get better stuff, less stuff, depending on what tier you choose. So yeah, definitely have to check that out. And then another Ubisoft rumor is that Roller Champions, a brand new IP, will be at E3 2019. Granted, guys, everything I have said so far is in the rumor category, so take this with a giant grain of salt. But anyways, back to the story here, guys. So, according to Twitter user new Wabi Sabi, that's right, new_Wabi Sabi, indicated that Roller Champions is very likely to be revealed at E3 2019. It's just interesting, but this person has some backing to their name. They were able to leak The Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening and the Power Rangers Battle for Grid roster. Basically, it sounds like it's going to be a game that involves skating and sports ball. So I'm hoping for something pretty interesting. Or maybe like a rollerball type thing. I don't know. It's really hard to say. It sounds interesting. I'm always excited for new IPs though, so we'll have to wait until E3 to find that out. Only 2 weeks away, guys. 2 weeks away. 2 weeks from this last Sunday, I do believe. One of the bigger pieces of news over the weekend. If you play video games on any kind of regular basis, in 2022 you will have an official disease. Yes, that's right. The World Health Organization has deemed and making it classified and everything, as of January 1st, 2022, you will have a gaming disease if you fall under the following categories. 1, you have impaired control over gaming. Examples would be like onset, frequency, intensity, duration, termination, context. Increasing priority given to gaming to the extent that gaming takes precedence over other life interests, daily activities. And 3, continuation or escalation of gaming despite the occurrence of negative consequences. The behavior is of sufficient severity to result in significant impairment in personal, family, social, educational, occupational, or other important areas of functioning. Basically what they're saying, guys, is that you will be, if you play video games and you call your friends, they would kind of invite you out, said no, I'm good, and then you work because you're playing games. Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. I'm interested to see how this all goes down in 2022. But video games have been linked to being as strong and addicting as drugs, depending on the audience, and I think that's probably where some of this stems from. We will have to see how many people actually get diagnosed. With the 2 billion-ish gamers that are out there, you can expect quite a few people being diagnosed with a gaming disorder. So, of course, Sony's CEO came out, Mr. Kenichiro Yoshida, Sony's CEO, commented on the new classification, promising to take the issue seriously. He went on to state, "We need to take it seriously and adopt countermeasures. We've already implemented a rating system to restrict players by age and have been taking measures based on our own standards." Yeah, and then he went on to further say how they have, settings in the console to inhibit playing. There's a lot of things a lot of guys do. It's really going to be really interesting. The fact that Sony's CEO already came out and said something is kind of leading to a big deal. We'll have to wait and see what exactly happens with that. For the guys who don't pay attention to politics right now, this is some important information. It's actually something that's actually hitting. Gamers don't typically get hit with a lot of important tax information, so this is why I'm kind of adding this in here, guys. So this last week, the United States posted a document that outlines a modification to raise taxes on imported goods from China by up to 25%. Among these proposed items are game consoles and controllers. Even though PlayStation and Xbox do most of their designing, either in the United States or Japan, everything's actually manufactured and imported from China. So, unfortunately, this is going to kind of hit us right in the pocketbook. PS4 and Xbox both use Foxconn Technology Group, which is based out of New Taipei. And so it's going to be really interesting to see if there's a scramble to try to do something manufactured other places. But unfortunately, there's just nowhere really. I mean, they can get to the price point that they need them to be at to make that happen. But yeah, no, I mean, a 25% tax on importing these would be a huge hit, especially when you're talking a $500 console. We'll say it's a $400 console. We'll say it's a $400 console, because that's kind of the mean difference between the two. Because that's kind of, if people are getting kind of crazy with how much they're going to be. And let's see, let me just do this quick math here real quick, you guys. Press this button and hit that. So your $400 console would actually be $500. So, if I'm doing my math right, I don't know if I am. If you guys check me, leave me down in the comments. But it actually is, it'd be great if I did my math right. Let me know. But moral of the story is, guys, so right now with the math that I'm doing in my head, if you have a $400 console, that's going to be $100 of taxes. So that could even raise the price, depending on what Sony and Xbox decide to do. That could raise the price up another $100. So instead of you having to pay $400 for that console, it could climb all the way to $500, and that is a pretty big deal if you ask me. In other news this weekend, or other news over the holiday weekend, guys, Optic Hex and Optic Hitch did a video, the eavesdrop. Go check it out. It's what's been going on this last year with Optic Gaming. Make sure you guys go check it out and listen to what's been going on. A lot of really interesting news. I will be covering that later this week. It's just a lot to dive into. I didn't have a chance to listen to it a few times. I'm going to listen to it a few times before I do anything with the information that we were given there. And with that being said, guys, that is it for the news today. If there's anything you think we missed, please leave me a comment down below. If there's anything you'd like us to cover further, also leave a comment down below. And until next time, guys, this has been the Keymaster 84. Remember to click that like and that subscribe button. It'd be greatly appreciated. And if you do subscribe, hit the bell icon. That way you guys don't miss out on any of our great daily videos. And until next time, this has been the Keymaster 84. See you guys next video. Peace.